Please subscribe my channel. The message came late at night, sounding relaxed and rehearsed. Don't worry. It's just one innocent evening at my ex's house. I read it 2 times, not because it surprised me, but because it proved what I had been trying to ignore. For weeks, our closeness had turned into distance, and her reasons for things had gotten weaker day by day. I used to think that trust meant staying quiet, and that love meant avoiding questions that might upset someone. That night, everything changed. I didn't feel mad or ready to fight. I felt clear-headed. Clear thinking often shows up when you finally run out of ways to pretend. I sat there for a minute, breathing evenly, understanding that this wasn't a mix-up to fix. It was a fact to face. Whatever I said next would show not just for that night, but for what I would allow in the future. For the first time, I wasn't getting ready to argue. I was getting ready to tell the truth. I didn't answer right away. I let the urge to comfort her fade. The usual habit of showing I was easygoing, flexible, and understanding. Those habits had kept me silent for too long. I thought about the words innocent evening and how damage often hides behind easy-sounding phrases. I didn't want to control her decisions or force her to explain. I wanted us to be on the same page. So I typed slowly and calmly, no worries. Does his wife know you're staying over? Or should I let her know? I hit send without any fuss and put my phone down. The message wasn't meant to scare or blame. It was a real question based on facts. Being open shouldn't only apply to the easy parts. If something is truly innocent, it can handle being out in the open. That was my main point. I didn't feel proud or like I had won. I felt steady. When you stop softening the truth, it usually hits exactly where it should. A few minutes went by, and the quiet felt heavy. Then my phone buzzed once, twice, and then nonstop. Calls, texts, missed calls piling up quicker than I could check them. The calm feeling I had didn't go away. It got stronger. I pictured her seeing that her innocent story couldn't stand up to one simple question. Being held accountable can shake someone's confidence when it's based on leaving things out. I didn't pick up right away, not to make her suffer, but to stay true to myself. Answering too quickly would pull me back into fixing feelings that weren't my responsibility. When I finally checked the texts, they were panicked. Reasons, anger, quick promises, demands to talk immediately. The change was obvious. What had seemed casual just minutes before now felt urgent. That urgency didn't come from what I said. It came from the truth my words pointed to. When I finally took her call, my voice was steady and even. She talked fast, saying I had gotten it all wrong, calling me dramatic, asking why I even mentioned his wife. I listened without cutting in. When she stopped for a breath, I said softly that I hadn't pulled anyone into anything. I had just asked a question. If things were really innocent, the question wouldn't seem scary. There was quiet then, not the kind where someone is planning a comeback, but the kind where things feel exposed. I told her that jealousy wasn't the problem. Respect was. Being open was. If she didn't need to share details with me, then I didn't need to play the quiet supporter in something that affected others without them knowing. The talk slowed down. Her sureness turned into careful words. I never raised my voice or gave orders. I simply stopped shielding a story that needed hiding to work. She said she felt trapped. I told her that limits often feel sudden when they've been missing for a while. For a long time, I had taken on the unease quietly, thinking that being patient would pay off in the end. Instead, it had been seen as approval. I explained that I wasn't trying to run her life. I was deciding how much of myself I would give to situations that asked me to go against what I believe in. She asked what I wanted her to do. I said I wasn't giving orders. I was sharing my expectations. There's a big difference. If being honest only happened when someone panicked, then real honesty had been missing the whole time. The call ended without fixing everything, but something had changed for good. The night wasn't about avoiding issues anymore. It was about results, and results don't need yelling to work. The hours after were calm for me and hectic for her. Texts kept coming. Sorries mixed with annoyance. Promises mixed with excuses. I answered shortly and the same way each time, not making it worse, not backing down. Staying steady helps when feelings are all over the place. By morning, the whole story had flipped. What had been innocent now needed long explanations, rules, and promises. That showed me all I needed to know. Truth doesn't get more complicated when pushed, it gets simpler. I didn't feel like a winner. I felt settled. The situation had shown more than just her plans for that night. It had shown how my unease had been brushed aside when it was easy to do so. That stung, but it also made the next steps clear. Once you see things clearly, you don't want to go back to pretending. When we talked again a few days later, it felt different. She was careful, thoughtful, knowing the old ways weren't working anymore. I told her what I needed going forward. Honesty given without forcing, respect that didn't need reminders, and choices that didn't make me the quiet partner in something hidden. I didn't say I'd leave. I didn't swear I'd stay. I said that fixing trust, if we could, would need time and steady effort, not just quick fixes from fear. She listened more than she talked. That was different. Whether it would be enough, I didn't know yet. What mattered was that I had stopped bending my own rules. The change in power didn't come from smart words. It came from staying true to myself. Looking back, the key moment wasn't my text reply. It was what happened after. My phone blew up because one honest question broke through a well-planned story. I didn't blame, control, or beg. I just asked for openness. The start of this was a message meant to calm worries. The end was clear thinking that wouldn't stay silent anymore. I learned that staying calm doesn't mean agreeing to everything, and setting limits doesn't need anger to hold strong. When you stop guarding secrets, truth moves fast. Whatever comes next in my life, one thing is clear. I won't lower my expectations to make someone else feel better. That night didn't end the relationship. It ended the confusion. And from that ending, something much stronger started. Self-respect that doesn't wait for approval.